Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is our co-featured fight of the night, 8 rounds in the featherweight division. Making his way to the ring out of the blue corner, Aidyn Yelzhanov.
Aidyn Yelzhanov hails from Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is a country that produces a lot of great boxers.
Really?
And yeah, absolutely. Triple G is their most famous boxer, but they've built a very solid amateur program in the last few years. And we were talking to Aidyn backstage, and he told us that he has over 120 amateur wins in Kazakhstan. Fighting all over that region. He's fought in Ukraine, he's fought in Russia. He's a very serious, dedicated professional, and he's looking to make a statement here tonight and win his first title. And we see the Kazakh crowd over here supporting their guy. These guys, the Central Asian Kazakhstan, they have a certain style. They're all business. They're mean. They want to go after the knockouts.
So this is for the champion, for the belt?
Yes, this is for the belt.
And now his opponent, set to make his entrance to the ring out of the red corner, Malikai Johnson.
And Machine Gun Johnson, he's from Sacramento, California. He's trained by a legendary trainer, Ray Woods, who's the father of Diego Chico Corrales, a Sacramento legend.
Oh, wow.
He's got such an inspirational story, and he's looking to win his first title, and he's got to do it against tough opposition.
Yeah.
And this is probably the fight that you're most excited about, huh, Carlos?
Absolutely. Malikai, he's a very unique talent. There's not many fighters out there like him, and I think he can be a superstar in the making.
Yeah, we met him backstage, and he has a great personality. You can tell by his swagger and coming out of the ring, he has superstar potential for sure.
When he came in, one of the things that he said is like, look, I want to go and feel the ring. This is his moment. He wanted to come out here and get a feel for what was going to happen in his fight. He's a very present young man, and he's got vision in his eyes.
I mean, he got his game face on. That's
He
for sure.
does.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this co-featured fight is brought to you by Showtime Boxing Promotions in association with Westside Promotions and is for the National Boxing Association Continental Featherweight Championship. Sanctioned by President Damon Gonzalez. We are now set for 8 rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, out of the blue corner. He is wearing the black trunks trimmed in white, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. Officially weighing in at 125.8 pounds. He holds a professional record of 6 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. From Astana, Kazakhstan, presenting Aidyn Yelzhanov. His opponent across the ring, out of the red corner. He is wearing the red trunks trimmed in yellow, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Officially weighing in at 125.8 pounds. He holds an undefeated record of 12 victories, 1 draw, 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout, and fighting out of Sacramento, California. Introducing Malikai Machine Gun Johnson. Your referee in charge of the action, Thomas Taylor.
Okay, gentlemen. Coaches, anything on the white here, anything on the gold here, we're going to be good. You got my instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times, listen to my commands. Touch them up.
And Malikai Machine Gun Johnson out of Sacramento, California. We know that the great late Diego Corrales is from Sacramento, California. And he's actually trained by Diego Corrales' father.
Yeah, incredible story, incredible young fighter, and We're getting ready for our featured title bout of the evening.
And Aidyn Yelzhanov is fighting out of San Francisco, California by way of Kostanay, Kazakhstan. And we know, especially in recent years, Kazakhstan has had a great boxing program.
Machine Gun Johnson actually started as a kickboxer. He's a kickboxer. He started off as a kickboxer, traditional martial artist, but he realized that, hey, my hands are good. My hands are winning me fights. Let me transition to boxing. And here he is fighting for a title.
I'm looking at him. He's really quick.
He's very quick. He's got speed. He's got power too. And he's laser focused. Ooh, what a hook. He hurt them with that hook. Let's see. We still have about 2 minutes left in the round. He is still hurt. He's playing coy, but he is still hurt. That was a solid hook.
There's a featherweight bout scheduled for 8 rounds, but by the start of it, it's going to be a fast-paced, action-packed fight.
Oh, and look
another
at
hook on the inside by Machine Gun Johnson.
Malikai's got the eye of the tiger, huh?
Yeah, he looks laser focused, like you said. He was in there before he weighed in for the day. He was in there playing around, shadow boxing in the boxing ring, getting the feel for the ring. He came to win.
Ooh. Those shots are heavy. He's got some serious power. And he's such a student of the game. When we spoke to him, he told us that he likes old school fighters. He was talking about Sugar Ray Robinson. He was talking about George Foreman. He was talking about fighters like Marvin Hagler.
Wow.
And he is a student of the game, and he is putting on a show here. He is so sharp.
And if you're Aidyn, how do you slow him down?
Well, look, when we spoke with Aidyn, he told us that one of the fighters that he was compared to in Kazakhstan was Arturo Thunder Gatti, right? And Arturo Thunder Gatti is the fighter that would always get hurt, but would come back and do some damage. So he may be setting himself up to live to that nickname.
Yeah. That's a painful way to make a living, huh?
Yeah.
Check out some of the action from the first round. That was a good lead hook. Ooh. And that's the one you were talking about, Carlos. That one landed flush.
It changed his course. Wow.
It's impressive that Aidyn was able to stay up.
If that would have been in the heavyweight, it would have been done.
Over. Yeah. And Machine Gun Johnson is very patient. He's very strategic. I know he knows this guy is hurt, but he's going to take his time, not take unnecessary chances, and look for a lethal finish.
Veteran referee Thomas Taylor taking control of the action early on.
Good 1-2 from Johnson. And he's picking up where he left off. Good uppercut. A little bit of a headbutt there.
body shot there by Aidyn.
Yeah,
And
he's
Machine Gun Johnson comes back into his own.
yeah, they're exchanging good jabs this round, and they're both being tactful. Johnson just missed with the right hand there, but that shot had bad intentions. Another hook there by Machine Gun Johnson.
And he's looking for that lead hook.
Yeah, he is. We're next to Aidyn's corner here, and they're urging their fighter to not sit around too much and to be first, throw some shots. He did some good work right there on the inside. He landed with some good body shots, and we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, and what you want to do with a guy that's faster than you and looks like has more pop than you is you want to seize the initiative. You want to get inside on him. You want to make this as ugly as a fight as you can. You can't let Machine Gun Johnson sit down on his punches and do exactly that.
Nice uppercut by Machine Gun Johnson. Seconds left in the round. Good right hand by Machine Gun Johnson. This fight is tense.
Yeah, it's heating up.
Tactical round by both fighters. They both had their moments. But you heard Aidyn's corner. They're urging him to be first. He needs to be first. He needs to seize the initiative against the faster, stronger Machine Gun Johnson.
Yeah.
And look at Machine Gun Johnson. He's ready to go. He's standing up in his corner. He doesn't need a break. He wants to start the third round. He's halfway in his boxing stance now.
Yeah. He talked about how one of the fighters that he admires is George Foreman. And he's got that style where he's very zen. He's standing in the corner and he's ready to go right as the bell starts. We're having the doctor look at the jaw there.
Look at Machine Gun.
Yeah.
He has an aura of an anime fighter.
Yeah, he's got a swollen.
He puffed it, yeah. He puffed it.
If you're Malikai Johnson and you send your opponent to see the doctor at the beginning of the third round, what does that do for your confidence?
Well, it boosts the confidence for sure. And on the opposite corner, it also gives you a sense of urgency, right? Because if the doctor's already looking at you and keeping an eye on you, you're going to want to do something because you know that the fight may not last too much longer. And both fighters are picking up the action in this round. I think what you said, Louis, holds true. Malikai Johnson has increased confidence, and Aidyn needs to do something. Look at those right hands by Machine Gun Johnson. He's timing them very, very well.
Yeah, he's making them pay. There's that old saying made famous by Floyd Mayweather, "You reach, I teach," and that's being put on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
But look, Aidyn is a seasoned amateur. In his amateur career, he has 150 fights, about 120 wins. So he's been in there. He's been around the block a time or two.
Yeah, he has. And this is a different level. You're fighting for a title. You've felt some adversity in the first round where he got hurt. Look at that right hand. Machine Gun Johnson is just so lethal and precise with his counterpunching. It's really a sight to watch.
So out of them 120 fights, how many machine guns he ran up against?
Yeah, that's exactly
that's
a good point.
a great point, because we did ask him about that, and he said, look, in the amateurs, growing up in Kazakhstan, you fight against Russians, you fight against people from Uzbekistan and neighboring countries, and they all have very similar styles. When you come to the United States and fight, you get different styles from everywhere, and that's what he's seeing now. So he does have a lot of fights, but you're right, he might not have seen anything like Malikai Johnson.
And we know his nickname is Machine Gun, but he's a sharpshooter in this fight. He is precise and lethal with his counters.
He's seeing the bullseye.
Absolutely. And he's looking to time him with that hook again. He sees something with that hook, and it looks like he's looking to land that again. Good work to the body by Malikai Johnson. Good feints to the body. See if he sets something up with those feints.
Breathe, okay?
So I think this is the first time that I saw Machine Gun sit down.
He used a lot of energy in that round.
Yeah.
But he was landing some.
And look, we had some good exchanges there on the inside. And look, if Aidyn is going to have a chance to win this fight, he can't let Machine Gun Johnson sit there and pick him off like he's been doing. He has to force the exchanges, he has to force the action, and he has to land heavy shots on the inside. And he has to give Malikai Johnson something to think about.
Malikai just gave him a little bit of a smile. They're ready for action.
And it sounds like Aidyn's corner agrees with my assessment. They said, don't wait, be first. He needs to force the action. He can't sit there and die a slow death by a jab.
Yeah, absolutely. Or a right hand for that matter.
Look, I never said it wasn't a risky proposition. But there you go, look. This is where he's going to have the best shot. He has to make him respect him. I don't think he's done that yet. We're in the 4th round of a scheduled 8 for a title. So I think this is the time where you need to start putting up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Malikai has been in control for most of this fight. And you're right. If you're on Aidyn's corner, you have to start picking up this sense of urgency and really try a few things like those hooks that he just landed on Malikai. Now, there does seem to be a discrepancy in the power, because when Malikai lands, you can tell that it's something. You can tell in the face that it hurts Aidyn. When Aidyn lands, you don't see that same reaction from Malikai, at least not yet.
See, they want him to go in there to get him, but they're gonna pay.
Absolutely.
And it's still a close round, but this is the most success that Aidyn has had this fight. And you hear his corner saying, make him adjust to you. Ooh.
Machine Gun can't do too much.
Yeah.
Machine Gun Johnson has great distance management.
Yeah,
he gets his shots in and he gets out of the way. Some would say that's the whole point of boxing.
Absolutely. Good jab by Machine Gun. Going to the body. He's changing it up this round. A little bit more back and forth action in the last few seconds of this round.
Last 30 seconds of the round. Good hook to the body by Aidyn.
Yeah.
good three-punch combination.
Yeah.
That's what we need. And Malikai Johnson with that stiff jab. Stiff, disciplined jab that's been controlling the tempo of the fight. Let's check out some action from the last round. And there we go. You reach, I teach by Malikai Johnson. But look at that combination. Good three-punch combination from Aidyn. And that's what he needs to do. That's when he's having success. When he's committing to his combinations and he's willing to eat something. He's willing to eat one to land three.
Every round they're doing more and more to him. So
Yes, absolutely.
He's trying to get his punches back, but he's still looking fresh.
He does. He looks unmarked. And on the other corner is a different story. He looks swollen. He looks hurt. But he's coming at him.
Their faces are telling different tales in this fight, that's for sure. And if you're Aidyn, I think this is where you need to make a decision whether you're going to sell out and try to win this fight.
And when you reach the championship level, one of the things that you look for is composure in a fighter, right? And Malikai Johnson is showcasing that tonight, because a lot of the times it's very seductive to go out and be very risky and go for a knockout. But he's showing that he's got that championship mantle.
He's reminding me of old school boxing.
Yeah.
He's staying in his game.
Absolutely.
He got to do his game.
What he told us backstage is that he admires fighters that stick to a game plan, right? That are composed and are able to follow instructions. And he's following a game plan. He's a true professional.
And you talked about some of his favorite fighters. He mentioned Marvin Hagler. He mentioned
Yeah.
George Foreman. But he also mentioned Erislandy Lara.
He did.
And those guys are polar opposites of each other. And that just shows how much of a student of the game he is, how much he values the different attributes that different styles bring to the fights, to the game, and how much he values sticking to the game plan like Lara does so well and being patient no matter what is going on in the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're getting some good back and forth action here in this round. We have Aidyn throwing some good combinations and Machine Gun Johnson looking to come back right after. And Aidyn's corner telling him to go to the body because Malikai is just so elusive and hard to reach. And he did land a good body shot there. So we'll see if that can take a toll and slow Malikai down. He's going back to the body. And Malikai Johnson throwing some good combinations there. Good uppercut, good hooks exchanging.
Looks like you got some blood on Aidyn's face.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's bleeding.
Yeah, he's definitely in the
getting
fight.
that jab in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blood coming out of Aidyn's nose. Not surprising.
No.
Malakai's been targeting that all night. Stiff jabs all night from Malikai Johnson.
Ooh, and what
nice
a hook
hook,
to end the
stumbles
round.
him.
What? Oh! What a good exchange to end that round.
He got some heart.
They do. He does have some heart.
Yeah.
And these are smaller guys, right, at 126, but you can see the power that Malikai Johnson has.
Yeah. And the patience.
Yes.
Not going in there too much. He just, oh, wow.
We're going to see some of the best work from the last round. We see Malikai Johnson throwing some uppercuts and really getting inside, both doing work, exchanging hooks. You see Malikai Johnson again throwing and landing a very good hook right towards the end of the round, but Aidyn landed an overhand right as well. And look at the difference between both corners.
Yeah.
Aidyn is on his stool, bleeding. His face is swollen, and Malikai is ready to go.
Oh, they clash in the center of the ring.
Yeah.
Aidyn wants to make this a fight.
Yeah, I think Aidyn's corner told him, look, we need to go out there and change the momentum of this fight.
Yeah, this is it. You know,
Yeah.
this is the breaker right here.
That was a good hook from Aidyn right there. He's definitely turning up the heat in this round, and he's going to the body as well.
Ooh.
Malikai Johnson going to the body now. He's diversifying his offense and lands a good right, but Aidyn comes back and lands a shot of his own.
And that left hand is just there all night for Malikai Johnson.
Yeah, it really is.
Even if he's getting it in or hitting his arm, he's putting
Yep.
putting that pressure on.
And that takes a toll.
Ooh,
Good,
there's a right
good
hand.
right.
I think you heard it. He said, hey, I got a right hand too.
Absolutely. And he goes to the body as well.
Are those Raider chants?
I think so.
Wrong town.
Yeah.
Both these guys are from the Bay Area.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably what that chant's about. Good action in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Malikai is really going to work now, going to the body, throwing feints, doing some impressive work. But Aidyn is as game as they come. He's standing right in front of him and landing shots of his own. He's not backing up one bit.
He has to be careful lunging in like that,
Yeah, it could be a clash of heads again.
or his head could clash with a punch.
Malakai's, yeah, absolutely.
You can't get ahead of his game.
That's
He's
true.
right in his game, but he do too much, he get caught.
That's true. Oof!
Oh.
What a devastating right hand. It's impressive how Aidyn can stay on his feet. And Machine Gun is moving very well this round. He's landing shots. Good shot to the body by Malikai. Strong performance. Thank you so much.
All right, DJ Yeller has to head out and get ready for his performance. After this fight, before the main event, we'll have hip-hop royalty performing here tonight. We'll have Little Easy E and DJ Yeller.
Yeah, look, this has been an electric night. We've had really every fight that you can think of in one card, and now we're gonna have an amazing performance by some hip-hop legends. If you're in Aidyn's corner, what advice do you give him in these last 2 rounds?
You got to sell out, man.
You gotta go for broke.
Yeah, you have to. It's either that or you're just going to die a slow death.
And if you're in Malikai Johnson's corner, what are you saying?
Just keep the distance, you know, stay smart, do what he's doing, use that. Like, left hand has been there for him all night. Look at that, like that jab is money to him. He needs to keep it up. Just stay patient. Stay patient. We talked about Malakai's dad is Diego Corrales' father.
No, Malikai's
I'm
trainer. Yeah, is Diego Corrales'
Thank
father.
you for correcting me. But one of the best comebacks in boxing history was Diego Corrales' 10th round knockout over Jose Luis Castillo.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, and that's a learning experience, right? He was on the winning end of that, but you can't go to sleep, right? In that same round, Diego Chico Corrales got dropped 3 times, and he came back and he ended the fight. So just because you're ahead doesn't mean you get complacent.
Yeah, absolutely right. Do you think Malikai Johnson is turning on the heat here? Do you think he's going to go for a knockout?
I think he should, man. I think he should. I think he can get it.
This is great action here. We have both fighters going at it, and they really, look, this is a championship bout. They don't want to leave it to the judges, and they're going to do everything that they can to get that belt. Malikai Johnson doing some good work, some waist movement, defense. He did get hit with a jab, not a jab, or actually a hook right there.
From our vantage point, it seems clear that Malikai Johnson is winning this fight.
Yeah.
However, a big key to becoming a superstar in this sport is highlight reel knockouts, stoppages.
Absolutely.
That's what puts the asses in the seats. And I think he has to make a decision here. Do you want to cruise to an easy decision, or do you want to open up a little bit and get the stoppage?
Yeah, look, this fight's been, not sure if it's an easy decision. He's been through some adversity as well, and he's got a very tough opponent in front of him. But you're right. It does seem like he's got more in the tank, and he can push for a knockout. But this is also for a title fight, right? So he's got to be calculated. If he gets this belt, it's on to bigger and better things for Malikai Machine Johnson.
Great action at the end of the 7th round, or in the 7th round. One of the more action-packed rounds this fight.
Yeah. It's in this fight card, we've seen just about everything, right? We've seen all-out brawls, and then we've seen very tactical, chess-like matches, right? But this is a combination of both. We're seeing some great action, but we've also seen some very good boxing here. And look at Malikai Johnson doing work. He's actually very educated with his jab. He's going to the body. He's showing good defense. He's landing hooks. He's landing right hands. He's switching angles. And he's showing why he is more than likely ahead on scorecards and moving on to the last and final round.
And he's showing a lot of maturity. He's showing great distance management. He's throwing his shots. He's landing them. He's not smothering his punches. He's backing up when he needs to, and he's resetting.
Last round, you know, both of these fighters want to bring that belt home. Malikai Johnson's got to be smart in this round. He surely ahead on scorecards, and he's got very good boxing. Like you said, his jab has been on fire all night. So if he boxes this round, lands some good shots, more than likely he's going to go home with a belt.
I have to agree with you.
And if you're Aidyn, you have to realize, look, the time is now.
He needs a big shot.
He does need a big shot. That jab is just like a piston for Machine Gun. Good body work by Johnson. Ooh, what a body shot by Machine Gun Johnson. And he's going back down to the body.
And it was set up by that great waist movement.
Yes.
Another shoe shine 2-punch combo to the body by Machine Gun Johnson.
And he's going back to the body, Machine Gun. He's really investing in the body this round, and he lands an overhand right. good head movement by Johnson, and he throws from different angles. That shot looked like a little low, but he's diversifying his approach here.
Last minute of the fight. And we're joined by Showtime Boxing Promotions founder, co-founder Lennon Garcia. What do you think of the event so far?
Man, it's going good. You know, the fans are excited about everything.
What a hook.
The energy here is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we got to congratulate you on putting on an amazing card. We've seen just about everything. We saw a local talent get a win. We saw a barn burner of a fight. We saw 2 knockdowns in 1 round. You rarely get that.
Yeah.
And then we saw an impressive knockout by a future superstar in Vlad.
Yeah.
And then we saw Federico Pacheco, an up-and-coming prospect in South Central.
Wasn't that crazy?
It was amazing.
It was back-to-back good action. Yeah, these guys put on a good show today. Definitely.
And in this title fight for the featherweight title, we see Machine Gun Johnson put on an impressive performance, showing his composure, showing his power, and showing that he's got a pedigree to be a future champion.
Oh my God, I've been talking to these guys the last 2 days. Their rivalry towards each other is insane.
Yeah.
They have the same energy, and I think they showed out today, you know. You've seen the last round, they gave it their all. I'm happy for these guys. They came a long way, you know. Malika, I mean, he's in that jab he has is just crazy, you know.
Absolutely.
He takes everybody down with that. So I'm excited for these guys. I've been talking to these guys the last 2 days, and man, it's been amazing energy from both parties.
Absolutely.
Now let's check out some action from that last round. Aidyn looks to put the pressure on, but he's stopped in his tracks by that piston of a jab from Malikai Johnson. And there you go. You reach, I teach all night from Malikai Johnson. He put on a clinic this fight, I would say. And this round was pretty much the whole fight. You know, it was Malikai using his distance management, using his superior hand speed to get the edge on a very game and experienced opponent.
And Lennon, thank you for joining us. I know you have to go present the belt, so yeah, thank you for your time. Oh, great.
Good show.
We're looking forward to that performance.
After 8 rounds, we head to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges see it the same, 80-72 for your winner by unanimous decision and the new NBA Continental Featherweight Champion, Malikai Machine Gun Johnson.
Not much of a surprise in this decision.
Yeah. Well-deserved decision, and Malikai Johnson goes home to Sacramento with a title.
Yeah, well-deserved. He stayed patient. He stayed with the game plan the whole fight, and he did what he had to do.
Yeah, he landed great shots. Like you said, boxing is about hitting and not get hit. And from that perspective, what an impressive performance.
When we talked to Malikai Johnson backstage, he told us, I'm not very artistic. The way I express myself is by cooking. And he cooked tonight.
He definitely did. He cooked himself a title, man.
Coming up next, performance by Lil Eazy-E and DJ Yella of NWA.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I just want to dedicate this fight to my awesome coaches. You know, I was coming off of a long layoff, so going 8 rounds, I didn't want to do that, but Aidyn's a tough mofo. And I got to give all credit, you know, personally to Gennaro and, you know, professionally to Coach Ray. I want to thank you to Damon from the NBA. You know, I can tell my mom I made it to the NBA now, you know, even though I'm 5'9". And then I want to give a shout out, you know, I'm out here representing Westside Promotions, Patrick Reagan, the best promoter out there. So, yeah, I just want to thank you. But also, you know, I was a little rusty in my comeback, but hey, I'm trying to be a star in this division. And it just so happens that the main event is in my division. In order to be a star, I gotta be the main event. So, yo, I want the winner of the main event. What's up?
One more time, give it up for Malikai
That's a good
Machine
call
Gun
out right there.
Johnson.
Good call out by Malikai Johnson. But before the main event,
Long live my dad, Tommy Tom.
we have hip hop royalty. We have Little Eazy-E and DJ Yeller.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Little Eazy-E and DJ Yella getting ready.
Before that, let's check this out. The great featherweight fight. And look at that entrance by Malikai Machine Gun
Malikai Johnson had the eye of the tiger from the opening bell. And in the first round, he landed a monster hook that really dictated the rest of the fight.
And you know, like I said, we met him backstage, and he's just a very humble guy, very down to earth, very quiet. But when he's in that ring, you said it, he has the eye of the tiger. That guy's a certified killer.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And he mentioned his dad at the end of the fight after he did his call out. He's got a really inspirational story. Malakai's